Hey y'all, TGIF. Hey Chakra King, how you doing? Well, honey, I just want to hop on real fast because it is Friday. It is the end of the week, and it has been quite an interesting week. Hey Kim, quite an interesting week around here, right? Hey Lex Love, we have seen uh a whole lot of enabling going on, a whole lot of sheer madness going on. uh, a whole bunch of unfortunateness going on, in my opinion, child. But it is Friday, and I'm wondering what the weekend is going to bring, you know. And so, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So I looked at a couple of videos this morning. Or the first video I saw this morning was Deanna. When I woke up, I think she started her video. Evidently I was not even online yet, but I did watch Deanna's video, and I love when Deanna come on in the morning so I can drink my coffee to her video. I saw that. You got that right, Lexi. I agree with that. I would have to agree with that. Like, yeah, some of the stuff that I saw this week, Lexi, was downright scary. Okay, downright scary, especially when it comes to the enablers. Right? I'm like, oh my God, are y'all for real, child? But we know people love a train wreck around here, and the worse the wreck, the more popular the person, I guess. But baby, oh my goodness. I just don't understand why it's become some people's mindsets. You know what I mean? And I'm like, child, what is really going on? Oh, child, it's just scary. Mm-mm, mm-mm. But you know what I said? Y'all remember when the old folks used to say, "What go on in my house, stay in my house." You know, and and in one way that saying is true, and it's good advice, and in another way, um, if you got a lot of dysfunction going on in your home, we know a lot of bad things can happen. And if you don't speak up about it, the dysfunction will continue, right? But on the other hand, thank you, Samara. On the other hand, some stuff should stay in your house, right? You ain't got to tell the world your innermost personal disasters if you don't want to. Right now, we all have been through something, but why would you will as a woman? I don't understand um why you would come out and tell certain things about your personal life. Hey, Brie yourself. Hey, Stephanie. Y'all, please hit the like button, okay? Now, maybe I'm old school, but some of the things I heard, well, one thing in particular that I heard this week, child, I would have took that to my grave. Oh my God! Like, hey, J. True, I don't even. Well, maybe we're in a day and age to where, I spoke the other day about Aleister Crowley. If you don't know who Aleister Crowley is, he was the most infamous Satanist, devil worshiper, um, there ever was. And his motto was "Do as thou wilt." You know, whatever you want to do it. Whatever goes, right? And so maybe, hey, Hummer girl, maybe that's the mindset that a lot of people are under. But to me, I don't see how you could like just tell people. I mean, especially if you are a woman, what what is the mindset of certain conversations that I have heard this week? Like, do you not feel as a woman that it's not gonna make you look bad? Like, do you not care? Maybe you just don't care. You know? I know, right, Lex? That's what I'm talking about. I'm thinking, I'm like, as a woman. See, here's the thing, and a lot of people don't know. Now, I wonder how people feel that, because I did a video earlier about the situation, and some of them felt like I may have been, it was too harsh, um, pointing fingers, and that wasn't even the point. You know what I mean? But I think that if you have treated yourself that way, You might want to have empathy and compassion for a very toxic situation. But as the days went on, the information got worse and worse to the point to where it's downright embarrassing, right? Now, I don't care how much you want to coddle a person and tell them to keep their head up and all of this and all that. As a woman, some stuff you need to keep in your house. You need to keep to yourself. So you so hell bent on making this man look bad to where actually you making yourself look bad because the man is gonna come out on top, right? That dude is gonna come out looking peachy keen, and that is the world that we live in, you know. But a woman, you're the one gonna be villainized, right? You're the one that's gonna be made to look bad because that man gonna be just fine. He'll have a pat on the back. But you, on the other hand, you're the one that's gonna be looking bad. And so I don't know if people are, and then like you said, now there are, clearly there is some mental issues going on here. But seeing as how you ain't got foam coming out the side of your neck, and you ain't got no helmet strapped on your head because you can't stop banging your head up against the wall, uh, you ought to know uh how far to go when it comes to um certain conversations between women, right? And I also asked a question earlier in the week, and some people felt like it was the wrong question to ask. But if you are over 30 years old, okay, I don't care how you was raised, you got sense enough to know from wrong to right, wrong from right. Okay, I don't care if you had to raise yourself. By the time you are 36 years old, you are all the way grown. Okay, how you doing, T? I don't believe in enabling people. Now I'm wondering how people felt, oh, it's okay, it's your testimony, it's your story. So how did it make y'all feel when the girl came out here and said the whole issue with the venereal disease thing? So did y'all feel like enabling that? Because see, now I can understand. We know on these YouTube streets, we see a lot of dysfunction, right? And a lot of the people that may be enabling this girl, I think people are enabling her for a couple of reasons, right? Maybe one, they don't see nothing wrong with the situation because they themselves have been through that situation. And, I mean, you know, I, I, you know, but like I said, and then, a lot of people would seem like they showing support because they love to see a train wreck and they just want you to keep going with the madness. Maybe that's what it is. Like I was really trying to, uh, I agree with that, J Man. I don't understand that. I don't. I don't. But there's a quote that goes, only a fool can't listen to and appreciate wisdom. So maybe that's what that was, Sade. To each his own. I see a lot wrong. I'm just not one who, I guess, criticizes people when everyone outside doing it. Well, T said, yeah, I understand that. It's not even about criticism. At one point in time, like number one, if you don't want it, the best thing you should do, um, if you don't want to be critiqued, is keep your business to yourself, right? But if I say I love you in the way that God tells me to love you, why would I enable you and lie to you? Why would I do that? That's the real question for me. You know, cause I don't understand. I just don't understand. It's not cool to me to come out here and make yourself, especially if you're a woman, look so bad. It's not cool for other women to uplift that type of behavior because what it does is people put all of us, especially black women, under the same blanket. And I refuse to be placed up under that type of blanket. Now, like I said, maybe I'm old school And maybe a lot of people don't care about dignity and self-respect, and maybe a lot of people don't even have standards anymore. Maybe that's a thing of the past, but I still have dignity and self-respect, and I absolutely have standards for myself. Okay, and that's just how I see it. You know, and even if you don't know these people anywhere, but online, you still can be like, hey, you know what I mean? You may, be going through something, and instead of, because this internet thing is forever, right? When you put something out like that in the atmosphere, you can never live it down, especially um if you are a woman. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. See, it's not about critiquing, it's about trying to stop somebody from doing irreparable damage to their character, you know. So when you put something out like that in the atmosphere, it never goes away. And like I said, there's a difference between the way the world views men and the way the world views women. And we all know this, you know. Like I said, it don't matter what's been said about that dude. He is gonna come out smelling like a rose. And how she going? She gonna come out looking cat piss crazy, you know. And that's just the truth. And a lot of people prefer, a sweet lie as opposed to the sour truth. Okay, because the truth, the truth is powerful, right? And if you are in the midst of certain types of dysfunction, of course you don't want to hear the truth, whether you feel like they critiquing you or pointing a finger at you, or trying to give you some wisdom. You know what I mean? When you're in the midst of that type of dysfunction, you don't want to hear nothing other than somebody, patting you on the back and agreeing with you, right? So, like I said, I was listening to Deanna's video this morning, and Deanna said the girl said she was trolling. Okay, so if you're trolling, why would you troll by even suggesting that you may have an incurable disease as a woman? Like, why you want to put that out there? Come on now. But Miss Olivia, is some people will never listen to your advice. Oh no, it's not even about um listening to my advice, because this is me coming on here doing commentary. And if I can throw out a gem or two and somebody will consider it, okay. But the people I care about listening to my advice are the females in my family, and the males are the people in my family. Those whose lives I can truly impact. But if I could come on here and speak some truth to madness, that's what I'm gonna do. And hopefully, even if one person gets something out of it, that's good. That's good. See, people have me mistaken sometimes, right? Because I was raised by females that told you exactly what was on their mind. They didn't sugarcoat it. They didn't try to coddle you. They just gave you the cold hard facts about life, right? And they did that because they loved me. And thank God they did. Because if I was coddled, and made to think that everything I did, wrong or right or indifferent, was okay, I wouldn't be the person that I am now. So because I love my people, I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I tell them the hard truth because I love you. That's why I'm telling them the truth. You know. And sometimes you really need to rein your emotions in and keep them in check, because you only making yourself look bad as a woman. Because like I said, the world views women differently than they view men, and we all know that. You know. And I don't even understand. See, I had a conversation, I told y'all one time before, as a woman, the worst thing that you can do is give that relationship, that person, your all. Give that man your all. You have to be selfish in a relationship. The reason why you have to save some stuff for yourself is because if you're giving that person everything in you, when it comes to you, you're going to start neglecting yourself. So when it comes to a relationship, you have to be selfish about you. You have to guard your heart. Okay? You have to guard your heart, not only your heart, but your mind and your soul. Because clearly we're seeing that some people are losing their mind over certain situations. And really, how you gonna be more mad at somebody else than you mad at yourself? Because you have to check yourself first. You know, I remember when I told y'all know I've been married for a long time. I've been through marriage counseling twice, right? The one thing that this lady told me one day, we was in the counseling. This is the first time I went to counseling, right? She said, and I will never forget it, and it opened my eyes forever, right? She said, "What part did you play in this situation? What part did you play in the fact that you are um you know willing to talk to somebody about what's going on in your relationship? What part did you play in it? You placing a lot of blame on him, but what part did you play in the situation? You know?" And it took me for about 10 minutes to even open my mouth because I was so shocked that she asked me that. And the reason why I was shocked that she asked me that is because my dang old mama had asked me the same thing, but in a different way. She said it to me in a different way. I'm not even gonna tell you how she said it to me, but that was a clean version. And because it was the second time that I heard that, it really made me have to check myself. The best thing that you could do when somebody is confiding in you, truly confiding in you, is give them the reality of the situation. That's right. Make yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable first. What part did you play in this situation? You're going on and on and on about what he did or what he didn't do, or what he said or didn't say. What part did you play in it? Okay. And so, hey, Sassy, I'm glad you're on here, Sassy. Sassy, girl, I wish you had time to hit this link. If you do, let me know. But anyway, since Sassy is in here, I'm gonna move on from it. But I just wanted to mention that to y'all. See, it's not about thinking somebody's better than somebody else. It's not about and why would you get online and say, "This is my life. I'm gonna do what I want to do." Okay, we don't know you. We don't know you at the end of the day. This is just commentary. Of course you're gonna do what you want to do because you act sounding like you're talking to somebody in your family. This is my life. I'm gonna do what I want to. Okay, it's the internet. Calm down. Okay. Child. Miss Olivia, do you think it could be all of the trauma she has gone through? Now, I'm glad you asked that, Tisa. Thank you. Tisa says, because this is a good question, because I see, this is a good question. Tisa says, but Olivia, do you think it could be all of the trauma she has gone through in her short life? Well, number one, she's 36 years old. It's not a short life. Number one, okay? She has gone through situations I can't even imagine. Let me tell you something about trauma. Now, hopefully, anybody that goes through the type of trauma that we have heard about her going through, hopefully will have gotten some help. And even after you get help, sometimes that just don't work. And then sometimes because of family genetics and generational curses, no matter how much help you get, you still ain't gonna end up just displaying certain traits. Okay? Because it is what it is. We know trauma is passed down from generational curses are passed down from generation to generation. Okay. No, no, Sassy, just hold on a minute. hmm Uh, Sassy, let me know if you can hit the link because I want to talk to you about something with that. But yeah, but see, because because of the stuff. Here's the thing: if you don't learn from that traumatic situation that you had to endure, by the fact, I really wish I could discuss this stuff with you. We may be available at 12:30 Eastern. Yeah, wait, yeah, on some. Oh, okay, sassy. Okay, love. Okay, okay, right. No matter. Let me tell you something. No matter what you've been through in your life, see, this is another enabling comment right here. Let me tell you why. No matter how much trauma you've been through in your life, you can always choose. You can always choose not to be that way. Okay? For as long as you are letting that trauma hold you down and hold you and just you know infect your world, that means you are always going to be a victim. You never willingly give yourself over to be a victim, right? You do whatever you got to do not to be a victim to that type of trauma forever. But then you got some people when you go through certain situations and certain traumas, it really will turn your heart dark. It will turn your soul dark because we know when it comes to certain types of traumas, it can open doors to demons and evil spirits. Okay. Hey Seven, how you doing? Dating a guy that's full of ish has nothing to do with my upbringing. Yeah, I didn't bring it up. They did. I don't think it have nothing to do with your upbringing either. I think it have to do with your bad choices. So yeah, thanks for saying it because I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. If that's the case, what's everyone else's excuse? I absolutely agree with you. Thank you for saying that. Yep, life is about choices, and she's absolutely right. Dating a guy that's full of ish has nothing to do with my upbringing. It absolutely does not. And I absolutely agree. It's about choices and accountability. See that bringing up her past childhood trauma. That's enabling. Okay, that's enabling somebody. You know, and that's just how I feel about it. My issue is, I don't like to see people held captive forever that anything, any type of generational curse, any type of bad relationship, any type of thing that's gonna hold you down and not allow you to soar and be the best person that you can be. I do not agree with that. I do not agree with being a victim no matter what. No matter the circumstance, no matter the situation, no matter the past trauma. That's not my thing. And so that is, so when you hear me talking like this is just from the way I view the world, because we can only view the world through our own eyes, right? And for me, I refuse to be victimized by anything or anybody, any event. Just not gonna be, just not my thing. It's not my thing. It's not ever gonna happen, no matter what. I think that's the fighter in me, right? So VS had weight loss surgery. Says I disagree. Our past informs our current choices and decisions. Choose wisely. Well, you're right about that too. You're right about that too. And if you are an adult, let me tell you something. It don't matter if you was raised in the wild woods. You still know right and wrong. Okay. Even animals know right and wrong. Okay. I don't know who you saying it to, Seven, but good for you. Absolutely. Maybe I'm too empathetic to people's situations. I'm empathetic as well. I think it's just coming across uh the wrong way simply because I don't believe in victimization. I absolutely will never victimize myself, and I'm not gonna ever help enable anybody in victimizing themselves. Because life is about choices. We are only on this earth for a moment. Do you see what I'm saying? And the older you get, the wiser you should get. Okay, like I said, only a fool can't listen to wisdom. Okay. Only you know what would they say the definition of crazy is? Doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different outcome. You see what I'm saying? Ain't that the definition of madness? Ain't that what they say? Hmm? Oh, I'm not going off. I didn't say I'm not saying that you claim to be a victim. I'm just really this is just my synopsis of the very sad situation, the very sad things that I had to listen to this week. But yeah, I'm not saying that you claim the victim. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But this is just my commentary. Some people like it, some people don't. It's my commentary. It's the way that I view the world. That's all. And if it's out there in public, people gonna talk about it. That's it. That's all. You know. That's all. I heard some people say that Seven's birthday knew the dude had herpes and still messed around. That's a choice. She said that, right? Did she not say that? That's a choice. Now, see, that's another thing. I hope there is nobody out here that is putting your health at risk. Okay, like I said, the man is always going to come out looking better than the woman, no matter what. No matter what. No matter what. You know, it don't matter how old this world gets. It's always going to be a fact that the man, it don't matter what a man do, he can still come out looking like a rose most time. And the woman, she gonna forever, even if it was her first mistake, she always gonna be have thrown stones thrown at her. You know, you can do the same thing that that man will do, and he'll come out looking fine, and you'll come out looking like the worst person in the world. And that's the way of the world. You know, that's just the way of the world. That's why some stuff you need to keep to yourself. Some stuff you think you making somebody else look bad, but you really make yourself look bad because you are a woman. But that's just me. Like I said, I'm old school, and maybe that's an old school way of thinking. And it's just, but that's like I said, this is just my commentary, you know. But don't you ever think that you make it when it comes to situations like this type of toxic stuff, that you're not gonna come out the loser because you're getting one side of the story. See that dude, what is his name? He is smart. You know why he's smart? Cause he ain't came out here and said a dang on thing. And the longer he is silent, the more Seven is looking like the crazy person. That's why he ain't saying nothing. And then also he may be under the frame of mind to where I don't have to explain nothing to nobody. Man, he is absolutely right about that too. But he know that the more she talks about him, the better he's looking. He already know this. He got a track record. He know this. Uh-huh. I agree, T. So I wouldn't talk about my personal situation. And like I said, some stuff when them old people used to say, "What go on at my house, stay in my house." Some stuff should absolutely stay in your house. Hmm. Some stuff should stay in your house. Uh-huh. But people do it on the. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. But to each his own. Like I said, I guess I'm old school. I guess. But for me, no ma'am. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Kind to me said, I think at some point, maybe so, but I mean, you can't choose a better way to do that without making yourself look bad. Really? What's the difference with the younger generation? They haven't been schooled about how men and women are perceived when they do so. You know, perhaps you're right, Stephanie. That's why I said, you know, I guess I guess I'm old school. You know what I mean? It don't matter how you I guess people are not worried about their character anymore, and so I guess it don't matter no more. So that's why I say this is my commentary, and I guess I'm old school. You know, and so yeah, maybe that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Mm 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 mm. Water Sniper says, Seven's girl, okay, why disrespect yourself like this, messing with that dude? You know, that is actually a good question coming from a man. And that's coming from a man, from Water Sniper, a heterosexual black man. Because see, that is how these men see you. They see you they see you when you do stuff like this, they see you as weak. That's how they see you. They see that you under them, that they are under the impression that you running behind this dude. No matter how bad he did you, you still running behind this dude. That's how it's being perceived. You know. And this may or may not be true, but that is how the world sees it. You know. But anyway, I really just had to, like I said, it's very interesting things. You learn something new every day. Uh, you know, yes, we know that there are a lot of men that prey on women, and they do see you as a mark to victimize you. You know, so I don't understand, but this is just what is this? Now hold up, right? Is this such? Let me hold up. I don't even know. I think I'm gonna have to block this person because I don't like that comment right there. I don't see this is what I'll be talking about. Let me get that comment out of here, y'all. Hold on a minute. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Her upbringing has nothing to do with her being an adult and looking at fire, then purposely. I agree. I agree. I agree. She said that her own self. What does her upbringing have to do with her choices or something like that? She said, and I agree with that. What? No, I'm no. That's enabling somebody. That's giving somebody an app on stuff that you know is toxic. You know, you know. So, and then getting upset. You put your business out here to the world, then you get upset when somebody comment on it. But you the one put it out to the world. I'm I'm confused. This is actually that's my purpose of the video, right? This is actually a teachable moment for parents to have earnest and honest conversations with. I absolutely agree with you, Tisa. I know I did. Not just about how to carry themselves, but putting personal business on. Yeah, I'm glad you did, because Tisa, you did the right thing. Because I do that all the time. I'm not a parent, but my nieces and my nephews, I'm always talking about you know, things of this nature. Because things of this nature were talked about to me. But my thing is, Tisa, you saying you do this with your own kids, so why wouldn't you have that type of honest conversation with Seven? Because it seemed like you was trying to enable her. I'm just saying. That she a grown woman. She is not a child. She is not a little girl. She is a grown woman. She spilled her own tea thinking he was gonna respond. Or his other women. I mean, I'm sure them other women don't want to make themselves look bad like this. So, oh Lord, no, the Sassy Show. I hope it's not true. Ooh, what happened, Sassy? Because I don't have a personal relationship with him. Yeah, I know. I realize that. But to coddle her, that's okay. Yeah, I understand. Okay. All right. I'm not. Mm, I don't. In my mind, like, I'm just gonna let it go, child. It just is what it is. This I had to end of the week with this final because when I did my after I did my video the other day, things seem to have gotten worse, and I was like, well, since it's Friday, you know, and since I'm doing, you know, end of the week commentary, you know, let's just touch on the other things that had happened, and so that's the only reason why I'm talking about it again. But moving right along, Moving right along. But anyway, do you think I was coddling? I just felt I didn't want to kick someone. Well, I don't feel like there's a difference between enabling and kicking somebody when they're down. Um, and as women, I think we owe it to each other, even on social media, to keep it a buck. But like I said, that is just me. And so, do I think that you was coddling? It don't matter what I think at the end of the day. Like I said, this is just my commentary. Do you feel like you was coddling? You know. So yeah. Thank you, Jan. And so yeah. Because when it's all said and done, like the girl said, that is her life, and it's absolutely her life. But if you put your life, if you put your business out in the street, folks gonna talk about it. And everybody's not gonna coddle you and pat you on the back and enable you or anything like that. We have seen that. I mean, you can come on, you can kiki and ha ha and put on your best face ever, but the cold hard truth is, at the end of the day, you making yourself look bad. And why would in the world would you, no, okay, okay, yeah, yeah, Tisa, yeah, no problem, yeah, absolutely. I hope you don't think I was just talking about you in particular. It was there were people enabling this, not and then you got to realize that sometimes people enable dysfunction on the internet, especially in this beef sector, because they love to see a train wreck. They feel like if they lift you up and you well, that's true too, Biggie. Uh, if they lift you up, they'll think you just spiral down further and further. And the further you spiral out of control, the more entertained that they are. You know what I mean? Some people enable because they want to continue to see this train wreck. They want to see, they find entertainment in your deprivation. You know, I treat people the way I want to be treated too, Tisa. And me, I have never been a type of person. Like I said, I told y'all how I was raised. Uh, the women in my family are very blunt. It's black and white. There is no gray area, and that is the way I am with the younger people in my family. There is no gray area. It's black and white. And for that reason, I've told y'all several times I'm not good with subliminals. I don't get subliminals. I'm very blunt. How you doing, Tia? I'm very blunt for a reason. I'm very blunt because I appreciate people being very blunt with me. See, I don't get offended, with people being blunt with me because that's how I was raised. That's why I don't get the subliminal sometimes, and so, you know, you know. Yeah, why are you upset with people for, giving commentary on the stuff that you put out for your own self? If you don't want nobody to talk about it, then simply don't put it out there. It's really just that simple. I feel you, sweet lone. My family is very blunt too. Too blunt, might I add. Well, some might think that my family is too blunt too, but that's the way I was raised. So I'm probably too blunt. I'm not never gonna lie to nobody that I love. That's all I know. That's why my skin is so thick. Cause baby, no ma'am. I agree. As women, we should always be real with our sisters, in my opinion. Right? However, most CCs block you can when you're being honest with them. Some even comment creep and oh wow. Hey Harley Q, how you doing? I think once the business is on YouTube, it's up for discussion. You're absolutely right. That's all I was trying to say. It won't always. Oh, where'd it go? Let me go back up to okay. Says it won't always be in her favor, right? I'm not into covering S with sugar. I thank you, Harley. And you absolutely once you put it out there, people are gonna discuss it. And some of the discussions will be in your favor, and some of them won't. Because you know, everybody's train of thought is not the same. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Now, if you don't want nobody's opinion on it, simply don't put it out there. Simply don't put it out there. Keep it to yourself. You know, that's why YouTube is not therapy. And you sure, thank you. Seek Jesus, not YouTube. Amen. Mm-mm. I don't know. It's not. What if somebody young and that whole conversation about unsafe sex? Do you? I mean, it seemed like the other day when she was talking about that, people started. They were being. It seemed like they was joking about it a little bit. Talking about some 50% of women got that disease, and I'm thinking that's a lie. Instead of saying something like that, would seem like you was enabling the person. Why not talk about why you are not practicing safe sex? Because they even teach you about safe sex in school. If you're 36 years old and you're not, why would you not be participating in engaging in safe sex? That is downright harmful. It's like playing Russian roulette with your life. Yeah, you cannot agree, but still be graceful. Cannot agree, but still great. Different strokes for different folks. Yeah, like I said, it's all up to the person. It's yeah. Your how you choose to deal with things is how you choose to deal with things. I'm talking about this right now because this is the way my mind works. This is just simply my opinion, and I'm sharing my opinion with you guys. You don't have to agree with it because it's still gonna be my opinion. So absolutely, Chase, I know where you're coming from. Half of these people never. Whew, marvelous. I am. Every time I think I done learned everything I can learn on social media, well, shoot, I learned something else. I learned something else. But I tell you, I don't believe when they was going. Well, 50% of the women got that disease. About I don't believe that statistic, but we know that there are elevated numbers when it comes to HIV and black women, HIV/AIDS and black women. Okay, we've got some of the highest heterosexual AIDS and HIV numbers when it comes to heterosexual women. It's heterosexual black women. And if you when you listening to something like this, in my mind I'm thinking, well, no wonder those numbers are so high. Do people just not care about themselves enough to be protected? And then you have to consider the source. Like if somebody gonna come to you and tell you now a lot of the reason why the AIDS numbers are so high in our community among heterosexual black women, some of that is because you got a lot of down low sneaky men that won't tell you nothing at all, right? A lot of men in general won't tell you nothing at all, right? But if the man that came to you and said, well, hey, I got this, that, and the other, and then you still choose to interact in that manner, that's on you. But he didn't trick you and he told you ahead of time. So that's a life choice. That's a life choice. Absolutely. We all have our moments in relationships. Had it not been for me holding myself accountable, I probably wouldn't have learned from it. Absolutely. Sometimes we allow too much and settle. You are absolutely right, Hardy Q. That's why I started at the top of the video. I talked about how women give too much of themselves sometimes. You got to be selfish when it comes to a relationship. You can't be all of you. You can't give all of you to that other person. You have to be selfish. You have to save something for yourself. Because when things go south or times get hard, you can just like lose yourself forever because you gave all of you away. You weren't selfish about nothing. You know, you know. Yeah, I imagine it did hurt her, but you don't have to continue to hurt yourself. You don't have to continue to hurt yourself, you know. And like I said, just consider being selfish when it comes to, these types of relationships. Save something for you, you know. Just save something for you. Never give all of you to anybody. Don't do that. It's going to be a mistake. We have heard about women losing their minds behind bad relationships, and losing their lives, and just a whole, why? Because they gave everything that they had in them to that other person. And when it finally went bad, or the relationship ended, they literally they had nothing else in them to cling to, because they gave all of them away, and there was nothing, nothing left. It was just like a wasteland, you know. So you should never do that. You should never give all of you. You got to be selfish in a relationship. Say something for yourself. Don't do that. That's not a good thing, you know. And so, yeah, that's just my opinion. That's how I see it. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. I know that's right, Miss Kimmy. I'll be able to talk to you that, Stephanie. I know that's right. Just say, just at the end of the day, don't. It's not necessary for you to give your all. It just is not. I'm just thinking that. Do you know how many people living with something? Um, you too, Tisa. I was mm, uh, and especially you don't have to give your health away. I mean, my God, you know what I mean? That's, oh my goodness, you know. Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. I was just thinking that. Do you know how many people living with something, right? That was not given a choice. She walked into it. You walked into that situation knowingly. Full disclosure. Hey, Food Junkie. Hey, Chlorio. Hey, all y'all. Y'all please hit the like button. And if you choose to play Russian roulette with your health, that's your choice. You know, I had a man. Said I had a man tell me that. He said when you give your all, you to a man you are dating, you won't have nothing for your husband. I agree with that too. I agree with that too. Yeah, absolutely. Got to be selfish. Got to guard your heart, mind, body, and soul. That's just the way I see it. But like I said, I guess I'm old school, child. Mm-mm. Yeah, giving your health away willingly is absolutely mind blowing. It's unfortunate. Just silly trolling. But like I said, Food Junkie, when you are a woman, you can't present yourself in that manner. It don't matter if we're in the 21st century or the 19th century or the 17th century. The man is always gonna come out looking better in the situation at the end of the day. So why troll when it comes to your character? You know. So, and why would you put that out there in the universe, especially if you're a woman? Oh my goodness! Why in the world? Oh, that's considered women's empowerment. Oh, okay, all right. Mm, my God, it's a scary situation. It's some strange things going on in this world today, in this day and age. In my opinion, I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding why she blasted him on YouTube. He goes to her. Okay, so just I think that. So here's the thing. I don't. You know what? I don't know. I don't get that either. I got too much pride to go out like that, but that's just me. And if you call yourself seeking revenge on somebody, and this is the way you're choosing to do it, really, you're hurting yourself and not the other person. Because that dude that came out here and said a darn thing. He just making her look crazier and crazier every single day. Because he ain't responding, he's not interacting, he's not doing. And guess what? He ain't got to. He's actually doing the right thing. Honestly. Because eventually it's gonna blow over. And he gonna go on, like I said, he gonna at the end of the day, he the one gonna come out smelling like a bed of roses. And she gonna come out looking cat piss crazy and like a fool. That's why I was telling her, yo, yeah, say less. But she rather listen to SB. Child, Well, SB is somebody that like to watch a train wreck. And of course he gonna hype you up to think you doing something good so he can continue to see the train wreck. We talked about that earlier too, Food Junkie. I agree. Yep, until you start on. When you play silly games, you win silly. That's right. You like it, I love it for you, baby. Absolutely. hmm That's right. Yeah, he come out here and do the same thing. But that man ain't saying nothing at all from what I've seen. Now, if he said something today, I don't know. But so far, it's been mum's the word. She may do it up here. He has an incurable STD. He told her, and she had unprotected sex with him, and told her pretty much. Yep. Lady T said, "My God, got to be deeper than I don't even know. I don't even know. Like I'm at a loss of word. Yes, he loves a train wreck, and of course he gonna pat her on the back, say, "Girl, you doing the right thing. Girl, tell your story. Girl, you did it, cause he love to see the train wreck." What they call it, sending somebody out. If you gullible enough to fall for that, then okay. You really can't even fault him for being messy in that way, cause it's up to you whether you allow yourself to be sent out or not. See, that's also a choice. It's up to you whether you're going to allow yourself to be sent out or not. That is a choice. We are all adults. So if you're going to fall for something like that, then that is a choice that you have made. Okay? Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Lexi Love says Sean Burley already showed his hand when he said, y'all, he said what? Y'all women decided to die on the wrong cross. Whew, when it comes to this. Did he say that? So, some of them did. Some of them did. Some of them did. I have to agree with that. I guess, and those the ones that coddled and this'll be okay, and girl, tell your story. Like I said, half of them just wanted to continue to see the train wreck, and the other half could sympathize or empathize, because they done made that sort of choice, in their lives too, or past, or current, situation. Because some women, they don't grow older and wiser, they just grow older. And so you keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again, like forever and ever for the rest of your life. Amen. And that is a scary situation. You know. So yeah. I guess, Lexi, I don't know. It's unfortunate. The whole thing is unfortunate. It's just sad to me. You know. It's just sad. I hate to see somebody, especially a woman, do themselves that way. I don't like stuff like that. I heard another. Hold on a minute. Yeah, for me, I would have got off the car right there. 6 kids, 5 baby mamas, no car, an unstable living situation and job, and job and a H, right, and H, right. What makes him a suitable catch for? I would have to agree with that, because when I at the party where I heard about the 6 kids and the 5 baby mamas, it'd have been a no for me. No, If I gotta come pick you up, I'm the female and you the male, and I gotta pick you up. You don't have a vehicle at all. You don't have your own apartment to where you can like make me some dinner or something, or we could go chill. That's a no for me. But that's on. That's on. Hey, like I said, I'm old school. Maybe things are different these days. You know, I hey Kimmy, how you doing? I just chose not to. Yeah, I've not dragged her either. I've just been speaking the truth. It's just my commentary. I ain't dragging nobody. I would never no, not about a situation like this, Kimmy. It's honestly very sad to me. But if I can say something to offset, because when you enable the situation, to me it's like you're giving permission to more women for more, to like justify it in some other females' minds, and it's unjustifiable to me to knowingly put yourself in this type of situation, you know. And so yeah, so no, not dragging at all. I wouldn't. This ain't even nothing to drag nobody about. You know what I mean? But I'm absolutely gonna speak on it because it's unfortunate, and I would hate for somebody to think that it's okay because for whatever reason we have a lot of gullible people in this world, but it is not okay to put yourself in this type of situation. Putting yourself in this type of situation sometimes could cost you your life. But you should never, ever, ever put your health in harm's way. You only got one body, you know, you know. And like I said, when it comes to women and men, the man is always gonna come out looking like a bed of roses. Um, yeah, it is, Cammy. And the man and the woman is gonna come out looking like the bad person. Like I said, you can even see it now by this dude just not saying nothing. When he do decide to pop back up, he gonna be just fine. Then what they gonna be saying about himself? Oh, she crazy. Oh, she this, that, and the other. Everything derogatory, nothing positive. But he gonna be all right simply because he is a man. You know. And sometimes I agree. You really need to, at the end of the day, be patient enough and let the Lord handle it. Because every day, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. Just sit back. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. He ain't just saying that just cause. If you have patience enough to let him handle it, he'll handle it better than you ever could. You know, your health is priceless. I agree with that. You know, it's just unfortunate to me, the whole thing. But I don't. I hope none of y'all take it as me trying to drag anybody or point a finger or critique. I'm just telling you the truth as I see it, and it's not a good look. And a man will absolutely go as far as you will let him go. You know, and this is absolutely a toxic, very dysfunctional situation, and it's unfortunate. You know, Kim said your health and emotional well-being is very important. Absolutely. That's why we were talking about earlier, Kim. I don't know if you was in here. I was talking about when it comes to women and relationships, we have to be selfish when it comes to relationships because some women tend to give their all to the relationship, and it's not healthy because you have to save something for you. Because if you don't, you can be left with nothing when the situation is over and done with. You'll be left with nothing. You'll be left tattered and torn. You know, forever changed. You know, so you got to be selfish. Say something for yourself. Don't give it all away like that. But when it comes to your health, I'm never going to give that away, no matter what. Now look, like I said, I guess I'm old school. Okay. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's true. I agree with that. She drags children boxes with the bed. She isn't didn't want it discussed. She should have kept it offline. I agree. hmm you ain't. It's not a must that you come out and tell the world everything. What them old folks say? Go on in my house, stay in my house. Like I said, they can be that saying can be good and it can be bad, but when it comes to the situation like this, in my opinion, it should definitely stay in your house. And then honestly, you never know who's listening. Like seriously, like you never know who's listening. Nothing wrong with old school. Shoot, that's the only way I can be L7. But child, mm-mm, mm-mm. And then and then one thing, another thing that I've learned over years that really when it comes to men, they really don't respect weakness. They don't like women that are clingy. I mean, in my experience, I'm the ones that I've dealt with. They don't like the clingy, weak-minded. They'll fool with you, but they're gonna run all over you. You know what I mean? It's just like say you are raising boys, say you raising sons. I'm sure it's several of y'all in here that are raising sons. Now you know that you have to put your foot down with your son, or he gonna try you. He gonna buck you when he a teenager. And you got to be strong enough to back him down. That's the way it is with relationships. The man is going to try you. We try men all the time in different ways, but men they are going to try you. They are going to buck you, and how you respond to that initial bucking, that goes a long way when it comes to how he gonna treat you in the relationship. Hey, Cloud, how you doing? Hey, ladies, how y'all doing? You know, no, they don't. They don't. They don't. Especially black men, they don't like weakness. They really don't. They don't like weakness. They can't respect it. They'll run over it and they'll misuse it and mistreat it. Because some men seek those type of women out, but they never ever will respect it. They're gonna take advantage of it. They're gonna abuse it. They're gonna walk all over it, but they will never ever respect it. You know. And so, yeah, let's keep running into this thought question: does she not have any friends in real life that she could have confided in? And so, I don't know, Arm. Why I don't know. Confide in the Lord your God. If something like this ever would have happened, if somebody would, gave me something like that, the only person I would have told is God. It would have been between me and Jesus now and forevermore. Amen. Because I'd have took it to my grave. And I'm not even lying to you. Child, this is just another way that she's lessening her potential future. Like, well, now see that is a good point because the other day when we were talking, she said if you're desirable A, B, C, and D, right? So if you consider yourself or other people consider you a desirable person, what do you think that this kind of information about you does to your desirability? Now, I'm sure desirability is not a word. I just made it a word, but okay. So, if you are considered to be desirable, right? With the information that you told the world about your health situation, does that diminish your desirability, or do you think you're gonna be fine in that department? You still gonna be desirable? You have to ask yourself that. You know. So, you know. That's the question that I would ask. You say you desirable. What is that going to do for your desirability? Because, like I said, no matter how old this world gets, men are still going to be viewed differently than women. Okay, at the end of the day, At the end of the day. Mm-mm. So you got to think about that. I'll be bold going through something like this. Um, I have my people at the house. Like somebody died, I can't handle nothing. Like the LOL, I crash out. Oh Lord, I heard that Nikki baby. Oh, it's over. I don't use child, child. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm. And I honestly think, you know, she probably thought she was making him look bad, but like I said, that's a man. When it comes to the man and the woman, you the one gonna be looking bad, not him. At the end of the day, 'cause that's just the way of the world. Period. You know. Hmm. Yeah, when you put it out there on social media, it's out there forever. It's in the cloud forever, child. What I really hope is ever learn from this, and maybe when another breakup happens, she go a different route. Absolutely. To express herself, I want her to understand, when it's real. You know, that's right. Love don't hurt. Love don't hurt, and it don't lie to you. It don't put you in dangerous situations. It don't take advantage of you. That's not love. You know, I'll be bald headed. Mr. Living looking for, oh Lord, child. Lord have mercy. But anyway, let me talk about this other thing real quick before I get off. I didn't realize I was going to talk about that. I just, when situations like this occur, I think that you have all different types of women, right? And so my viewpoint on things, the way I look at relationships and situations like this, may be a little harsh to some people, but I hope that somebody will listen and save themselves. Because, like I said, you don't have to give your all to anybody. It's absolutely not necessary. And you should absolutely always, no matter what, guard your heart, mind, soul, and body. Period. At the end of the day. That's just my opinion. You know. And so yeah. So maybe that's why I've been talking about it so long. I don't know. I hate to see it's unfortunate. I don't like to see women going through stuff like this. Honestly. For whatever reason. I don't like it. She made a statement about wanting to spend the rest of her life with him. But I wonder. I mean, but I wonder if that was before or after she know. I don't know. You have to ask her. I don't know. But the sad part about all of this, is that this is the first time that she died. Well, what I say the definition was madness was doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different outcome. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the situation, guys. You know, um, agree, disagree. I respect it all, but that whole coddling thing and enabling thing, I don't. That's not my thing. I can only tell you the truth as I know it. Honestly, that's just not. It's not a judgment. It's not a critique. It's just the truth as I know it. You know. Mm, 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 mm. That's why I said this is deeper. It's something in her that makes her feel she needs to go, this far with her. Well, I tell you, yeah. Now I do agree with that. But it's. I mean, like, you can get hurt like that. You know, child. But anyway, y'all, the last thing I want to say, the other thing I saw that was really dysfunctional this week was that whole situation we've been talking about for days about the new racists that have walked into the door over here, and that whole nig nog situation, and now it's gotten to the point to where some women are starting to turn on other women about something that something about this what this racist dude said. You know what I mean? And I don't even understand that. How it got to that point. You know, I was listening to Dovey yesterday and today, right? And Dovey, I find her very entertaining, but she is dead wrong for this. Like you went too far, and it seemed like you just going this far for a coin, you know. And so, are you selling your dignity and self respect, for a coin as well? Is that what you're doing? Because, like I said, I find you very entertaining, but this right here, it ain't cool. You know, it's not cool. And I don't understand why melanated people feel like they have to coddle these types of people. Well, I didn't know it meant that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You playing on somebody's intelligence, because it sounded like the dude got upset on one of them panels, and that's why the racism came out. See, some people call the situation because he's talking. Well, I'm not racist, and I got a couple of black friends. Okay, just because you got a couple of black friends, or you may even have a black boyfriend or a girlfriend, if you are an Anglo, it don't mean you like all black people. It don't mean you're not racist, because whether you see yourself as racist or not, when it comes to them, they all have some form of unconscious bias. Do you see what I'm saying? So you can call it racism, which is what it is, which is global. And some people, I have heard people in a relationship says, well, even I, have unconscious bias. It's not racism, but I have unconscious bias. And what unconscious bias is the way you've been feeling, like this particular, you've been raised to feel this way about a certain group of people. So if you are an Anglo in a relationship with a melanated person, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to deal with a whole lot of unconscious bias when it comes to your train of thought. Do you see what I'm saying? And I don't even deal with the unconscious bias. I just call it racism, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's racism. Even if you are in a relationship with the person, it's still racism. They soften the blow by saying unconscious bias, you know. And so, yeah. But Dovey, girl, I realize that you chasing the coin, Dovey, child. But let me tell you, you look like whole Judas around here, whole Judas Iscariot. It seems like you selling out your people for a few pieces of silver, or at least that's what you want to do. And it's really a bad look. Mm, 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 mm. So, yeah, I just didn't understand why some people try to be like once again enabling this type of bad behavior. It's not cool. I don't know, kind of, maybe she's hoping to get some by acting like this. You know what I mean? But it's a bad look. Yesterday she could, well, what y'all want to do? Time behind a truck and drag him? I'm thinking, well, that's already been done. Why are you comparing something that's happened to many of black people, you know, to this guy getting dragged online? But we know when it comes to black peoples, we have seen this happen over and over again. Time to the truck, drag them till they dead, drag them till their skin start to peel off, and then tar and feather them. Okay, we've heard about those types of cases. hmm So why you would even introduce that type of scenario into this conversation is beyond me. That's why this is a TGI video, because it's been a very, very interesting weekend. Because I have learned a lot. hmm Thank you, Stephanie. Don't make no sense. Mm, 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 mm. I don't understand. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. I didn't even want to shout every time that little subject right there. Woo, it takes me over the edge. But I think Sassy said that she's going to have a video on it Sunday. And now I will say that out of all the people that have talked about this situation, Sassy has been very good at articulating her stance. And I agree with her to the point to where uh some people are now trying to get into it with Sassy because of her stance, but she is right. And if for you, if you're another black person, you don't think that she is right in her assessment, that says more about you than her. So, because I agree with her assessment, absolutely. Mm-hmm. She wants to be Malcolm X child. You know she's watching, or will she will understand. I hope she will, because I like Dovey. She was just wrong for this one. I told her that in her chat yesterday. I like you. I find you very entertaining, Dovey, but you wrong for this one. It's like she got over talking some stuff today, trying to tie in you was raised with racism. I'm thinking no, no, those are different scenarios, different situations. But okay, all right. Mm-mm. I didn't see what Sassy said. I would catch her on Sunday. Yeah, absolutely. I realize that's very intelligent and uses her critical think. Yep, you're absolutely right. She can uh ooh, get with those type of people in a different way than somebody like me can, because she's very calm. She's getting her point across in a very calm manner. And for me, when I have to deal with that situation, it just makes my blood boil. And I just, it's just, nope. Mm-mm. I know too much about the history. I see, we see too much about what's going on in the world today. Nothing has changed really, honestly. So, uh, I for that's and W, in my opinion, is over there enabling that man. And then you had people saying that somebody gave him permission to say that word. Okay, so he's putting out there that somebody allegedly gave him permission to say that word. But if you really didn't feel that way, you would never even entertain something like that. And why would they even feel like they need to give you permission to say that word if they don't think you're thinking it? And if you're not unconsciously biased or all flat out racist, why why is that even in your mindset? So you have to consider that as well. So that's not an excuse to me. Well, they told me, the black people told me I could say the N word. I'm like, so, but you not racist, or you don't have no kind of unconscious bias. But so since some guy that gave you permission to say the word, okay, you just gonna go on and say it. But then you turn around and say you're not racist, but you still said the word. So the word was already in you in the first place. That was already in your heart. So, you know, I don't understand who told him this. Why won't why would you want to say? Yeah, and why would you want to say it? If it's not in your heart, why would you want to say it? That's crazy. But okay. Mm-mm. Whew. Well, you guys, I am going to get off here. Oh, and at the top of the show, I forgot. I don't know if I said it or not, but happy Malcolm X Day, y'all. There was a community wall. I put a little bit about Malcolm X. It's his birthday as well as holiday, May 19th. It is a federal holiday. It is recognized in several states, but it still is a several states. They do like whatever they do is to celebrate this type of holiday. They do it in their states, but not in all of them. But it is a federal holiday. So happy Malcolm X Day to everybody. You know, and I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all be safe this weekend. Have a good weekend, and I hope that um the things that I said today, you will at least consider whether you agree or not. Just take a moment to consider what it is that I said. And when we unacceptable on every level, you got that right. I don't tolerate that sort of thing at all. You know. And the girl was over here for a little while, and she's probably upset, but it's just the truth as I see it. It's just not only the truth, but facts. It's not about judgment. It's not about anything like it. It's just the fact that you cannot move that way, especially you are as if you are a woman. You don't never know who is looking at you in the background that's never dropped down and said anything at all. You never know who is doing that sort of thing. So yeah, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here, here to uplift, not condone wrong. Absolutely, I agree with that. Thank you, Heatwave. I appreciate it. But like I said, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Y'all be safe. Um, y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Get some rest and absolutely watch your front, back, and sides. We're gonna have to see what these, what you know, un, you know, is revealed this week. Sometimes these streets is hot, sometimes they dry. But yeah, yeah. And if you want to, after you get through, listening to the whole video and you've listened to my commentary, let me know what you thought about the commentary that I did today. Um, because that first video I did, it was a lot of good comments under that video, and it makes me feel good to know that everybody is not enabling this type of situation, and some people, really do care enough to, to honestly give their honest opinion about the situation. Bye bye, Lady Tia. And so that's that goes a long way for me, honestly. And so that's pretty much either of the situations, right? But anyway, that's all I got. Y'all have a great weekend. I'm trying to figure out what my weekend movie recommendation is gonna be, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a Netflix movie. But I always like to watch the movie first before I recommend it. But I'll be putting it on my community wall too. The beef sector lived this week. It was a lot going on. Right, Lord have mercy. You know what? It was a Lord have mercy week. I absolutely Jen the best. You put it the best way. It was a Lord have mercy this week for the beef sector. I absolutely agree, child. Because Lord have mercy. You know? Oh my goodness. You know? I don't think he's going to show back up. Maybe under. Ain't no telling, Miss Kimmy. Oh, you welcome, M. Selman. Like I said, y'all, be looking out for my weekend movie review. Um, did not watch the. You didn't watch the Mother with J Lo? Oh, do not watch it. I watched it. It's on my community wall. I loved it. You didn't like it, Clario? I loved that movie. It was great. hmm I enjoyed it. I like her better in action movies as opposed to those other types of movies that she be doing. I liked it. I liked that movie. But yeah, I watched it. I liked it. But anyway, y'all gotta go. Have a great weekend. Please hit the like button on your way out the door. Please hit the share button. Thanks for everybody for dropping down and giving your commentary. And giving your feedback. Appreciate you guys be looking out for that weekend movie recommendation. And I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Peace.